A lot of people get told they're insulin resistant, and they feel stuck because they're doing the healthy stuff and nothing's changing. They're groggy after eating, they're gaining weight in their belly, sleep is even worse, their hormones feel off, energy is unpredictable, and when you say something, you get dismissed like you're exaggerating. You're not. What you want is a real plan to help you, not theories, not vibes. Here's what I would do today if my goal was to start reversing insulin resistance fast. Here's the battle plan we're covering. We're gonna talk about the carb threshold. We're gonna talk about circadian rhythm. We're gonna talk about the exercise lever, strategic supplementation, and we're going to talk about the fat factor, what's noise versus what actually matters. Number one, let's talk about the carb threshold. We're gonna lower the load, restore sensitivity. The first move is adjusting your carbs. Not because carbs are evil, because the carbohydrate load is measurable and it directly impacts insulin sensitivity. When carbs are high, insulin is high. When insulin is high all day, your cells stop listening. So the fastest stopgap is reducing carbs enough that insulin can come down and your cells can resensitize. Even in controlled research settings, there's a clear dose-dependent relationship. Higher carb intake tends to correlate with worse insulin resistance markers, and lower carb approaches tend to improve them. Practical translation, for the first 30 days, you don't toe the line. You commit. Keep carbs lower, especially later in the day. Prioritize protein and fiber and whole food fats. Pull carbs mostly from fruit and vegetables and controlled starches if you can tolerate them. You can bring back carbs later, but you don't rebuild sensitivity while you're flooding the system. Number two, the circadian code. When you eat can matter as much as what you eat. Here's where most people screw it up. They eat their biggest meal at night, when insulin sensitivity is the worst. Your body is generally more insulin sensitive earlier in the day and less so at night. So the same meal at 9 a.m. is handled differently than at 9 p.m. So if you want to rapidly improve insulin sensitivity, front load your calories earlier. Finish dinner earlier than you're used to as often as you can. And a few days a week, have a much earlier dinner and a longer overnight fast. This isn't starvation. This is giving your cells a longer break from insulin signaling so they can reset. The exercise piece matters. Intensity beats long cardio for reversing resistance. Yes, walking is great. Yes, cardio has benefits. But when you're insulin resistant, the core problem is this. Your muscle cells aren't pulling glucose out of the bloodstream efficiently. And the most direct fix is high intensity effort that forces muscle contractions to pull glucose in without needing a huge insulin spike. That's where short, hard sessions win. 10 to 20 minutes, 2 to 4 times per week. Intervals, sled pushes, bike sprints, hard circuits. Plus, I want you to throw in some strength training. 2 to 3 days a week will be suffice. Think of it like this. You're building more doors for glucose to enter the muscle. That's how you attack insulin resistance at the source. I mentioned strategic supplementation. This is a short list, not a shopping spree. Supplements don't replace the plan, they amplify it. If you're going to use supplements, use ones that have actual support and are easy to execute consistently. Ceylon cinnamon. It can help with glucose control for some people. And also, it's generally considered the safer option versus cassia for regular use. TMG, trimethylglycine. It supports methylation and may help with metabolic stress. Finally, carnosine, often discussed in the context of glycation or oxidative stress. It's not cheap, but it's a tool. As far as anything peptide related or prescription adjacent, that's a doctor conversation, period. Remember I mentioned the fat factor? Stop eating oxidized industrial oils like it's nothing. This part is simple. Cut down the processed industrial, repeatedly heated oils and ultra-processed foods where those oils live. Not because seed oils are the devil, but because oxidation plus inflammation plus metabolic dysfunction is a very real chain. What I want you to do instead, base fats on whole foods and stable sources you tolerate well. Prioritize minimally processed foods. Don't combine high carb plus high fat processed meals on repeat. That combo is a metabolic nightmare. So with all that said, because I know I just threw a lot your way, let's recap this 30-day insulin resistance reset. If you want the simplest version, here it is. Put your listening ears on and take some notes. 1, eat lower carbs, especially at night. Number 2, eat earlier and tighten up that eating window. Number 3, add short, intense workouts 2 to 4 times a week. And yes, that's on top of your strength training protocol. 4, use a small, proven supplement stack. Out of this list, by the way, that is the most optional. And then number 5, cut ultra-processed foods and oxidized oils. Here's the hard truth. You don't need motivation. You need consistency. You need execution for a minimum of 30 days straight. And by the way, never mind 30 days. These are just straight up good health habits. Do that. You'll feel it in your energy, your cravings, you'll see it in your waistline, you'll experience it in your sleep, and you'll feel it in your post-meal brain fog. If you like this type of info, genuine, real, usable fitness and health information, subscribe to the channel. Get in the comments and tell me one thing you're going to change today. And watch out for more of my videos.